I'm Taylor, welcome to Ginger Next Door. I'm the happiest I've been in like weeks with all of this pink and glitter on my body. I'm so thrilled. So this tutorial, obviously, because you clicked on it, is for how to put this colored hair into your braids, and then this super simple glittery makeup look. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I really wanted to try something new today and just play with makeup and fun festival inspired looks. Really, it's just an excuse for me to cover myself in glitter. I've seriously been in such a funk this week, and I feel like this was like the first step to getting me back to feeling like a human again. Who knew? Cover yourself in glitter. If you're having a bad day, glitter is the answer. Alright, I'm gonna stop yammering and get into the video. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe, and if you want to see more festival looks, make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go over the things that you're going to need to make this happen. First of all, you need hair in your head and pretend kind. So the hair that I got from Amazon. If you just search colored synthetic hair or like hair for braiding, you can find a ton of different options. And they come in all different colors and all different price ranges. Mine was one of the like least expensive ones. I think it was like 15 bucks for the 3 sets of hair. It's not like the most amazing quality. It feels a little bit cottony and it got tangled really easily when I was trying to put it into my head. But for 15 bucks, like, it's fine. It's not like I'm trying to keep this in my hair forever. It's just for one day for fun, whatever. Some of these little duckbill clips will make your life a million times easier. You can use bobby pins, but I feel like these are easier to pull in and out when you need them. And then also you will just need some bobby pins. The first thing I did obviously was part my hair down the center, and I did this side first so I could get all the, hopefully somewhat of the issues figured out before I showed you how to do this. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing. If I can figure this out, I promise you, you can make this happen to your hair. It definitely is not a super difficult thing to accomplish as long as you're comfortable with braiding. If you're not super comfortable with braiding, you're going to have to be struggling through the braiding process as well as trying to make the hair work its way into it. So I would recommend looking up a Dutch braid tutorial. There's a bazillion great ones out there. So that's what I am working with today, is a Dutch braid. Okay, one more thing in case you only watch the very first part of this and then you go try it on your own. I would recommend taking smaller pieces of hair at a time. That's going to make your braid look a little bit more defined. This is just for, I mean, Dutch braids in general. Taking smaller pieces will give it more definition, whereas if you're taking bigger chunks of hair, it's going to look more spread out. So this you have a little bit more wiggle room. And then also just be patient. Once I got past the first little section, after that, everything was like smooth sailing. It's just that very first one because your hair is so thin up there, at least mine is, so that's where it's really frustrating. After that, it's not super difficult. Okay, I'm really done talking this time. Let's get into it. So first thing first, it's going to make it a million times easier if your hair is not super tangly, so comb through. And then you're either going to want to hairspray this top little section to help all these little flyaways, or I know this is kind of silly, but I actually use a clear brow gel to keep my little baby hairs that will not stay where they're supposed to. So I just run that over. So basically, you are trying to work your pieces of hair into your natural hair, obviously. The very first thing I'm going to do is just take this like little tiny section at the front, parting it out of the way so I have a definite part there, and then I'm just going to take one of these little duckbill clippies just to get this out of my way. Over here, that looks really good. I think we should just leave it at that and go on with our day. The most difficult part of this process for me was trying to get the hair to stop sticking to itself. But other than that, like, it's not bad. Okay, so I just took a small section of this hair and I'm going to make it into a little loopy knot. You want to leave it folded in half and as even on the bottoms as possible. That's going to make things easier later. So basically you're going to take your hair, make a loop, pull your fingers through the center, twist it, and then you're grabbing this bottom section of hair to create a little, I don't know what this is called. Is that called a slip knot? I don't know. So you basically just want it to be to where you can pull it apart and create a loop. So this is through this bottom part. Listen, I don't know knots. This is how you're going to get this to stick into your hair. So since we want this part to be hidden, we don't want to see the little knots. You can kind of see it on this side. Like I said, this very first one is hard to conceal, so don't stress too much about it, but I'm going to take this little section that is the middle of where this part is. Then, and it doesn't need to be very much hair, I'm going to take this and loop it through and just pull. So you're just going to take your hair and get that nice and tight against your scalp, and then take one of your bobby pins, stick it in there to secure it. It doesn't have to look super nice because this is just holding the hair here. Once we get past that little section, you're going to take the bobby pin out, so it doesn't matter. Then unclip this really cute part over here. Sad to see it go. And then you're going to start your braid. So just like you would a normal braid, 3 sections, nothing new there. You're basically just going to work that little piece into your hair like you would a normal braid. I'm sorry, I know it's so hard to see what I'm doing with my stupid hands in the way, but I'm literally just Dutch braiding that little pink section into my hair the same way I would with a regular braid. So once that's all incorporated and you have your 3 strands, what I'm going to do next is add more hair. The more often that you add hair, the thicker the bottom of your braid is going to be. If you have a lot of hair naturally, I would recommend adding hair more often. If you're like me, I have pretty fine hair, so I don't need to add as much in because it's just going to be difficult to hide it and blah, blah, blah. So once that first piece of hair that we put in there has been worked into the braid, I'm going to take the bobby pin out because now it's secure. And I'm going to use a duckbill clip to keep these sectioned off and pull this piece out of the way at the top and put this piece over here and get this one out of the way also so that we can add more pink hair. And again, I'm just taking a little section of hair and using that to anchor this piece to my head so it looks like that. Pull it tight so it stays there, and then take a bobby pin and use that to secure it. And like I said, this part, when you are putting it in there, honestly, it doesn't matter how you pin it in. As long as it's not moving when you pull on it, you're good. Because you're going to take the bobby pin out, so it won't matter if you can see it. Okay, then, to try to figure out where you left off on your braid. Oh good, it mostly stayed. Then just continue on like you did with the first section. Of course, this side is looking a lot better than the other one, which is why I did the other one off camera so you didn't have to see the struggle that happened when I was trying to do this in the first place. Again, the second section of pink is now incorporated, so I'm going to stop and add more hair and just basically do that until I get down to the bottom of my neck, and I will be right back. Just try to keep the sections separated as much as possible so you can pick it back up easily-ish. Okay, so now I'm at the very bottom of my hair. I'm just going to braid this like a regular braid. Oh, right here got a little wonky. Just tuck that away and pretend it never happened, am I right? Am I the only person that panics once you get to this part of your head? I feel like I always do some weird thing where my braid switches ways. I don't know. And at the very bottom, if you want to make your braid look fuller, because obviously about half your hair is going to disappear because now your natural hair isn't part of it. Well, for me anyway, maybe your hair is super long. But I'm just going to not pull as hard on my braid so that it stays nice and fluffy. And as you can see, I had a little mishap thing where now some of my pieces are not the same length. So what I'm going to do is braid as far as I can down to where the end of it ends, and then I'm just putting a clear elastic around the bottom of this braid. And as you can see, something about the way that I placed my hair, this one ended up having a lot more hair at the end than this one did, so I'm literally just going to take this and just trim off this little extra fluff and spread this out a little bit, make it look really floofy. If you have these little weird pieces like I do, just go ahead and take a bobby pin and conceal it in the back of your braid. Okay, so that's it for the braid portion of this tutorial. It probably was a little bit hard to follow, and honestly the videos that I watched and the pictures that I looked at before I did this, I was so confused. If you actually start playing with it in your own hair, it starts to make a little bit more sense, and trial and error is a great way to learn things. If you are leaving now because you're done with the braid portion of this tutorial and that's what you came here for, then thank you for watching. If you'd like to stick around for a minute to see how I do my makeup, it's gonna be super simple. I'm going to basically do everything off camera other than my eyeshadow and the glitter that I'm gonna add to my face. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and my face makeup is on. I'm just going to show you quickly how I'm going to do my eyes and the glitter for this look. Since I have pink hair, I'm going to stick with that theme. I just have a really simple BB cream with some bronzer and my eyebrows on right now, so I'm just going to add some blush. This is the Physicians Formula blush in the color Spicy Mauve. And I'm going to take this blush on my apples of my cheeks and also up and around the side of my brow for drama. Okay, for the eyes, I'm seriously going the simplest route that could possibly ever be taken. This is the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Take this pinky orange color right here. It looks a lot more orange on camera than it does in life, but what do you do? And I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush, really messily. Oh, I like that. That is a good color. Matches the hair nicely. I'm just going to messily take that through the crease and blend it out. For very monochromatic, easy for this first festival-inspired look. Sometimes with these brighter color shadows, they do not want to blend, but these BH Cosmetics ones are seriously amazing. I'm so glad that I got this palette because it was very affordable and it's working wonderfully. Okay, and then just to help blend that color out a little bit more, I'm going to take this lightest pink shade right up to the brow bone. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, so that will highlight the brow bone as well as blend out that first color. I'm also going to take that pink down the center of my nose just to highlight a tiny bit, and then on the inner corner as well. And then to finish off the eyes, I'm going to take this second lightest pink and just smudge that along the lower lash line just so everything feels a little bit more connected. Okay, and then since I do want the focus to mainly be on the eyeshadows, I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on a tiny bit of mascara. I don't want my lashes to be super dramatic because I do want that pink to shine through a little bit more. Just enough mascara to prove that I have eyelashes, you know. Nothing crazy. Now for the part that I personally have been really excited about this whole video, the glitter. I have two glitters that I'm going to be using. These are both from the Gypsy. I can never say their name. Both of these are from the Gypsy Shrine. This is their Cosmic Glitter in the shade Rainbow Pink Dust. This is a really fine glitter. This one is a little bit chunkier glitter. This one is in the shade Rainbow Pink. So basically the way that you're supposed to use these is mixed with their glitter glue. So you'll take some glitter glue, take some of this, mix them together. I'm just going to do that on this little catch-all bowl. Yeah, I'm so excited. So this is the Gypsy Shrine Peel Off Glitter Glue. Just a little dot. Oh boy. Okay, that might be too much. Oh. How much glitter to glue do you use? We're gonna find out. And then I also have this gorgeous little shiny brush that's also from the Gypsy Shrine to apply my glitter. I'm just going to mix this together. I'm just going to... So basically I skipped my highlighter today to just use loose glitter as a highlighter, so that's where I'm going to put this. First things first. Look at it! I want to eat it, but don't eat this. I'm going to pat, pat, pat. Oh boy. I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm dead. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. This is the best thing that's ever happened to my face. Oh my goodness. Okay. Are you serious right now? This is the best. Okay. I'm also going to take it on my nose, just like I would regular highlighter. And on the brow bone, because that's also where I would put regular highlighter. Check me out trying not to just full on head to toe bathe in this. Oh my gosh, that applies so easily. I don't have any fallout. That glitter glue is a freaking miracle. Oh my gosh. I'm also going to use this on my shoulders a little bit. This is like so easy to apply. I hope that it peels off as easily as I'm thinking it will, because that is supposed to be a peel off glue. This is the best. And a little bit goes a long way. Like I really didn't feel like I used that much of the glue, and then of course these glitter pots are humongo. So it's not like you're going to go through them super quickly. Unless you're like me and you're about to just cover your entire body in it. More, I need more! Yes! Oh. I like that this comes in a little baggie, like drugs. So this one's the one that has the chunkier glitters. Those are holographic, aren't they? Oh bother. Just smush that around in there a little bit. wish I would have thought to use a darker glitter underneath this and these ones on top because they're so oh. No, they're catching the light just fine. Never mind. They have so many different little shapes of glitters in here. I'm just so thrilled. Just gonna paint some of those on my shoulder too. I literally could not be more excited about how this turned out. What a day. I'm telling you, what a time to be alive. I just put on a tiny bit of lip stuff just to give my lips a tiny bit of a wash of color. I don't want anything too crazy. I'm so happy. I literally don't know what else to say. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe and also go follow me on Insta. I have a lot more of these really great glittery looks up my sleeves that I'm, well, or lack thereof sleeves, but those will all be over on my Instagram. I'm not going to post all of them here on YouTube just because that's a lot of glitter tutorials. So if you want to see more of those, go follow me on Instagram. It's just at Taylor Swenson. I'll put a link to that down below. And also, this is what it is. This is how you spell it. This is where you can find me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.